Hi everybody. I wanted to start a book club with you guys, so I'm going to introduce you to some of the books I read. The first one is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's by Jeff Kinney, and over 200 million books sold. So it's a pretty good book. It has 217 pages. It's very, very funny. I laughed a bunch of times when I read this. And it's basically about a kid named Greg who struggles in middle school. So he doesn't really have that much friends. He only has one best friend named Rowley. But Rowley is kind of like, he kind of acts like a kid. Like, they are kids, but he acts like a baby. Like, he rides a stroller, or he rides one of those really tiny bikes. He likes this singer named Joshi, but like, he sings about the environment and about teddy bears and how you should love your parents. And yeah, and this is if you read it, this is what Greg will look like in the movie. And I'm gonna find a picture of Rowley. This is a picture of Rowley right here. So, yeah, that's basically it. I will be showing you some other ones right now. This one is The Cabin Fever. Same book, but just different story. Jeff Kinney, and it's called Cabin Fever. It's about Greg and Rowley, and a snowstorm comes, so they have to stay inside for the whole summer. Not summer, because summer it will be hot, but they have to stay inside for a couple of days, and then Greg gets a fever. So then he has to stay in his bedroom for a long time, and that basically just ruins the whole vacation for him. It's the same. Every book of Diary of a Wimpy Kid has the same amount of pages, so of course 217 pages. And yeah, that's all of that one. This book is called Dog Days. This book is actually one of the best. I love this one. It's so funny. It's about Greg, and it's summer. But he has a hard time. It's like he thinks that this is the worst summer because he likes this girl named Holly Hills, but Holly Hills won't even talk to him. And Rowley will probably just ruin it because Rowley, of course, when I told you about this one, acts like a kid. And Greg always tries to impress people by acting cool. But I think that Rowley is is a good role model because he doesn't act cool to try and impress people. He be himself. So yeah, Greg for example tries to impress Holly, but Holly never even looks at him. So then Rowley gets a girlfriend, but Greg doesn't. So Greg gets mad at Rowley, then they have a big argument, but then they become friends again. This book's called Deep End. It's about Greg, who gets because they ran out of money, so they have to live in their grandma's basement. But then their grandpa called and said that they need to get rid of their trailer. So then the dad comes up with an idea. They can ride the trailer and get out of the grandma's basement. So then when they get out, they go to a pool, and then the pool, that wasn't that fun. So then they go to a lake. That wasn't that fun either. So then eventually the story ends, but I'm not going to tell you the ending part because that would be a spoiler. And that's all of this book. For the last book, it's The Meltdown. The Meltdown is basically the same book. It's where Greg, it's all sunny out until one day a lot of snow comes down, so they have to stay inside. Greg thinks that's fun because there is no school. But the thing is that a windstorm comes in and then they can't even go outside and play in the snow. So Greg just has to stay in for the whole time. Then eventually the snowstorm goes away, so Greg can go play outside. But he lives on a street called Surrey Street. And the lower Surrey Street kids, because he lives on a hill. And then the Surrey Street kids are up here, the lower Surrey Street kids are up here. So they have a war, and they battle for whose territory it is. And like, so if whoever wins, that means that, like, for example, if the top Surrey Street kids win, that means that the lower Surrey Street kids are not allowed to come up into their block anymore. And I'll just give you a quick picture of what the battle looks like. Right here. Yeah, and that's all the books I've read. I've read these two. I'm reading this one right now, and I've read these two, but kind of forget what they're about, because these one is the second and the third and the second. So it's kind of hard to remember. But it's weird that I remember the first one. So, yeah, that's all the books that we have. I hope this helped you with getting into books. It's okay if you ask for toys sometimes, but if somebody asks you what you want for your birthday, you can say toys, of course, but at least add one book. Remember. Goodbye.